My boss fired me for insubordination. I knew he was cheating on his wife. I emailed his wife the HR documents proving their affair with dates and times. To understand the magnitude of the mistake my boss, David, made, you have to understand my role. I wasn't just his executive assistant. I was the keeper of his life. I managed his calendar, his travel, his expenses, and his secrets. For 3 years, I was the one ensuring he looked like the perfect vice president and the perfect husband. But David had a blind spot. He thought that because he paid my salary, he owned my silence. He forgot that loyalty is a two-way street. 6 months ago, David hired a new marketing consultant named Tiffany. She was 23, unqualified, and had a salary that was double what the other consultants made. I processed her hiring paperwork. I saw the lack of credentials, and I saw the way David looked at her. Suddenly, David had a lot of emergency business trips to Miami and New York. Trips that required me to book 2 tickets. Trips where he specifically requested the honeymoon suite at 5-star hotels, expensed to the company as client meetings. I kept my mouth shut. I did my job. I filed the receipts. I covered for him when his wife, Linda, a woman who was nothing but kind to me, called the office asking why David wasn't answering his phone. Then came last Friday. I made the mistake of asking a question. I walked into his office and asked, "David, accounting is flagging this receipt from Tiffany. It's for a $3,000 diamond bracelet listed as IT equipment. They won't approve this." David turned purple. He didn't like being questioned. He didn't like being reminded that he was sloppy. He slammed his hand on the desk and shouted, "I don't pay you to be an auditor. I pay you to do what I say." 10 minutes later, HR called me in. David sat there smug, while the HR director told me I was being let go for insubordination and creating a hostile work environment. He fired me to cover his tracks. He thought if he got rid of me, the questions about the bracelet and the trips would disappear. He gave me 1 hour to clear out my desk. That was his fatal error. He thought I would spend that hour crying. Instead, I spent it printing. I logged into the travel portal. I downloaded every flight itinerary with Tiffany's name next to his. I went into the expense management system. I downloaded the receipts for the hotels, the dinners, and yes, the diamond bracelet. Then, I went into the HR archive I still had access to and pulled Tiffany's hiring documents, showing he bypassed the standard interview process to give her the job. I compiled it all into a single, devastating PDF file. I walked out of the building with my box of personal items, sat in my car, and opened my personal laptop. I drafted an email to Linda. Subject: the reason for David's business trips. I wrote, "Dear Linda, I was fired today because I refused to hide David's embezzlement anymore. I thought you should know where the money, and his time, has actually been going." I attached the file. It was 50 pages of undeniable proof. Dates, times, locations, and receipts. I hit send. The fallout was faster than I expected. I didn't just ruin his marriage, I inadvertently triggered a corporate investigation. Linda didn't just confront him, she forwarded my email to the board of directors because she was friends with the CEO. By Monday morning, David wasn't just sleeping on a friend's couch. He was being escorted out of the building by security for misappropriation of company funds. He fired me for insubordination. I fired him from his marriage and his career. I guess I was difficult after all.